think that in order to succeed in life, and in order to have good self-esteem, is really developed through self-confidence. You cannot achieve in life unless you have the confidence to do so. We as disabled persons don't have very many role models. In fact, I can't think of one growing up that I looked to as a role model. My biggest role model is my twin brother to this day. I have an identical twin brother. He always helped me. He always carried my books if I needed it, walked to school with me. And every day we would walk to school, elementary school, middle school, to the point where we lived a mile away and we would walk to school every day. But he was always with me, telling me, hurry up, we're going to be late. And so if we don't have mentors, if we don't have people there for us, how do we know what's possible? And he helped me see what's possible. My father and my mother as well, and my older sister as well, always said that I could do more than the doctors said that I would. And they were certain that I wouldn't live an independent life. They were certain that the only thing that my parents could do for me is make sure I lived comfortably. But my parents actually put me in public school at first grade, to the horror of relatives and friends. They were like, how could you do that? He won't make it. He'll be made fun of and everything. Because again, I didn't have anybody else that was disabled really around me. I had no disabled teachers. I didn't see disabled professionals. But then I began to forget that I was really disabled in that way, that I couldn't. But I remember one time too that I was just going to college. There was a counselor in college that had spoken to someone, and she said, this person's really going to make something of himself. He's going to be a professional. They said, don't waste your time. He thinks he's going to be, but you're just building him up for certain failure. And she told me that, but only as I was about to graduate. And I had, like I said, never seen disabled teachers before. But there was a professor I had, Dr. Rhonda Beeman. I owe all of my teaching inspiration to her. And she's up on stage as we all get settled, and she's like, she has no rhythm. She has no choreography. She can't sing, but she's up there doing it. She's up there just giving all of her spirit. And this is the spirit that was so contagious to me. And I was just blown away. And she just talked about, the spirit involved in teaching and the care that matters. That was a role model for me. She was a role model for me that told me that I could not only be something in life, but that I could be great at what I do if I believe in what I do, and if it's for other people. So if our disabled youth believe that they can go on to bigger and better things, then they just need someone to believe in them. And if someone believes in them, beyond their family, because we hear it from our family and we know they love us and we know they care, but if somebody else reaches out and believes in us. And I remember talking to my landlord, and he says, you're a teacher, that's great, where do you teach? I said, Desert Hot Springs High School. And he said, oh, you poor boy. And I was like, poor boy, what do you mean? He said, oh, you'll find out about those kids. Well, 10 years later, I found out that those are the kids, like our disabled kids, like our disabled people. Those are the kids that need people to reach them the most, because they're often forgotten or stereotyped or labeled as the kids from the wrong side of the tracks. And I've been very lucky, very supportive. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but somehow was honored, with a district teacher of the year a few years back. So basically, if people see somebody like me, not as a shining example, I'm just one person doing one job, but if they see that, then they will have greater hope that, See, the cool thing about what I do is I don't just teach students. I try to make a difference. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'd like to believe I do more often than I don't. But not only do I make a difference in their lives, but their brothers and sisters, their friends, and then the generations to come. So it's an effect that even when I'm gone, even when I stop teaching, hopefully my influence will carry on. in some way, shape, or form. They might say, "Do you see that little crazy dude with the cane dancing like Michael Jackson? I don't remember his name, but man, did he have some spirit. Man, did he have guts." They'll remember all the crazy things I did and taking a chance. So if the kids understand, especially the youth we serve, that you got to take a chance, but you have to have someone to believe in, because any teenager are playing a poker game. And they're playing a poker game with 5 million people watching, because everybody watches everything they do. They're convinced of it, and nowadays it's almost true. But they only have so many chips that they're willing to bet, and a lot of them don't want to make a bet in life that they will succeed. We need to have kids with the confidence that will make that bet. They're going to put the chips on the table, and they're going to make the bet that they're going to succeed.
You have to work hard for what matters in life. And you're going to have to work hard if you want to succeed. If you want to do something you enjoy, I'm lucky and a lot of other people are lucky. You see what's happening? Somebody messed up this stage, and sooner or later I'm going to trip. It looked good, didn't it? I think I pulled a muscle. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Take every disadvantage, turn it into an advantage. That would happen like in high school. I would see a pretty girl. Hey, how you doing? Trip, break into push-ups right there. All of a sudden, she don't remember I fell. She remembers I can do some push-ups.